Hey, I'm Miss Chrissy,
And I'm Steve,
and you're listening to JAGcast, episode 136, the podcast of the Jenkintown Arts Garage.
where we have conversations with artists, entrepreneurs, and other interesting people at the intersection of the arts and technology. And today we have returning guest Ben Bergman to talk about the 150th anniversary of, I guess, the founding of Jenkintown and the celebrations that he will be organizing. Right, Chrissy?
That's right. Yep, it's the Sesquicentennial something.
Yeah, I put that in the show notes page that we share so you can pronounce it.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. You should play the video, Steve.
Okay, we're just gonna go right into it then. See you on the other side.
Translucent new crusaders with no agenda, no agenda.
Welcome, Ben. This is Ben Bergman. Hi, Ben.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
All right.
How's it going, Ben?
It's going well. I'm sorry. I'm always very awkward on stuff like this.
Well, we
It's
messed up the intro too, so like the whole episodes are starting out awkward.
all
That's
right.
okay.
That's good.
So are you excited to be planning a 150th birthday party for a town?
Yes, I'm extremely excited. Jenkintown is an awesome borough, and this year it's the, like you guys were saying, Sesquicentennial, which I had to put on my screen as I said it because I've been doing this for about 6 months and I still don't really know how to pronounce it. So I commend you on you guys doing a great job.
We were having a whole thing earlier today about this, about trying to understand what exactly is the pronunciation for this.
I mean, I guess what I said and what you guys said is about right.
I think you should
But
say Sesquicentennial, but I don't think that's right. But I think it's fun.
it is fun. Now, here's an interesting tidbit. In next year is the 250th anniversary of the country, and that is the semi-quincentennial.
Yikes. That's a lot of small words put
Yeah,
together.
and we're going to be saying it all year. I figure it's so long. By the time you start it, by the time you finish saying it, it'll be the next year.
There you go.
But well, anyway.
So how does this work? Do you like have like a one-time event? Do you have multiple events?
So we're trying to have multiple events throughout the year, like little events, nothing like a huge thing. And sometime in October, probably October 19th, we're going to have a huge marquee event in the town square. So as of right now, that event will include music and dignitaries and people from Jenkintown, and of course, um, we might have some vendors. We're not sure yet. Also, what we're trying to do is we're trying to have a mural made to commemorate the 150th, which as of right now isn't 100% in the bag, but we're working on it, and our hopes are to have something to unveil on October 19th and it be this mural. So that would be the marquee event, and it's a bummer it's still kind of up in the air, but it's kind of hard to it's a lot
Yeah.
of different stakeholders involved, so it's kind of hard to get everybody on the same page. So far we've been kind of happy that we've been able to do that. But this is definitely a work in progress. And if you guys, we're going to talk about the website, but we have a Jenkintown 150 website with a calendar of events. And if you pay attention to the website, the events will populate and update as the year progresses. Ah, there it is.
Yeah,
And
here it is.
we're going to also, as we add events, you know, talk about them on Facebook and Instagram and all relevant social media outlets. Um, and we actually had an event. It was well now last month because it's February now. In the library, the Jenkintown Library has been very forthcoming. They have a lot of artifacts, which actually, if you go to Jenkintown history on this page, you can see some of the artifacts that they donated. If you just click at the top, yeah, there you go. And well, if you click Jenkintown history, there's a you see a little line on the top. You can go to a different page, historical,
Yep.
and see, some of these are the artifacts that the library donated. We are all year going to be updating and adding things to this site. For instance, we're going to get over to the Old York Road Historical Society, and we'll be adding things that they have. So when we were looking in the library, they let us have access to their archives, and we found like a yellow sealed envelope that
I saw
was
this. This looked cool. Was it cool? Did it come out cool? This
it
was
can't,
the like unveiling of the letters or something.
yeah, it was great. I mean, we found this envelope that was full of essays that were written by high school students in 1976. There it is.
Yep.
And we found it kind of said like don't open until 2026, but then another part of it said it could be opened after 5 years. We reached out to the school district, and Principal Thomas Roller of Jenkintown School, he found the teacher, and we got permission to release them a little early as a 150 event.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and the superintendent was there, and it was really neat. And what's going to happen, Nina Meister, the librarian in Jenkintown, she's going to archive these letters so you can go and read them at your leisure at the library.
Well, here's one of them. They had an essay excerpt in the Glenside Local article about it. It says, "Dear person of the future, I am 16 years old and in 11th grade. I don't know when you will read this, but I am hoping they will be able to glean something from this paper to help you with your studies. I have found through this course that although the people of a century ago didn't have as much as we do, they did basically the same things in their leisure as we do, only in different methods. Maybe in 100 years you'll be throwing things at a flying saucer, but whatever you do, it probably won't be very different from the things we do. I know I will be very old or even dead by the time you read this, and you will say that I am very different from you. But after you read this, maybe you will say that we are the same." So there you go. There's an example of some of the writings of the, I guess, teenagers, 11th grade, teenagers of the
11th grade, yeah.
1970s.
And one essay, and I can't recall the name, but I read it in its entirety. It was unbelievable because everything that this young lady was saying, there's nothing about it that dated it. So like she was like, I'm at a crossroads between feeling like I'm a kid and an adult, and I just I like to watch TV with my friends, and like the only thing it didn't have in it was anything about social media. But other than that, it was a 50-year-old essay that could have been read in 2024. It really was something to come across that stuff. Yeah.
Very cool. That is super cool. And you said they have these at the library, like if you want to go check them out?
Yes, you can go, and I'm not sure what state they're currently in, if they're being, because we're actually she's archiving them, which is a whole process that I'm not privy to, but they are there to be enjoyed. Yeah.
Cool.
And some of them you actually should go there and enjoy that can't really talk about, because I guess what I can say is that the teachers of 1976 seem to be very liberal in what they allowed the students to write about.
Nice.
But that's something you have to kind of check out for yourself.
I like this mention here. It says that the favorite pastime is throwing snowballs at cars. And when there isn't any snow, I can and do find other things to throw at cars. That is that's an interesting thing to admit to.
Well, I will tell you, my friend, if you guys go over to the library, there are many, many interesting things that were admitted to, but I'm not gonna. It was definitely a surprise, but it was great. It was just great. It was just like, it's so crazy because the paper was so pristine. Like this was not opened, and it was just really something. It really was something.
This is the library, and if you're watching this, it has the address on screen right now and the hours, so you can go over there and check it out. Looks like it's open. Well, if these are accurate, it's open like every day.
Yeah,
except Sundays. So
except Sunday.
Except Sundays at 460 York Road in Jenkintown. You can check out the letters. 48-year-old letters from teenagers.
What we're trying to do is actually find, and we have found some of the people who have written the people who wrote the letters.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, as part of like 150 like social media and stuff, that the idea is we're gonna like film a couple of the people actually reading the letters, and then we'll put that out on Instagram.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, so
That's
expect that
fun.
through the year.
So I wanted to say kudos to you on your cool sweatshirt design. It's actually one of my daughter's favorite sweatshirts, which
What sweatshirt
I
design are we
was
talking about?
very. So if you go back to his little website,
His little website. You mean the
his
150
little
website?
it's not like a giant website, is
So-
it?
No, I
The
would
this
call
one?
it.
150 website. So this logo,
Oh, this logo.
Ben put on a sweatshirt, and I got one for my daughter
nice.
for Christmas, and she actually really loves it, and
Oh, yeah.
the children think it's stylish. They're not children; they're teenagers. They would
Ben
cringe if I
has.
called them.
Look at
Yes.
that.
I
Very nice.
was like-
very nice.
on a shot in the dark. I was like, I'm gonna buy one of these for my kids, and maybe someone will wear it out of the house.
But
No, they wear it all the time. I was
who?
I have to say that I did not. I want to give credit where credit is due. That was actually, this design was from Jackie Botto at Capricorn Books in Jenkintown. Jackie is our resident kind of graphic artist, so we definitely have to give credit where credit is due. But we're very happy how it turned out, because it does look really good on a shirt.
We had we had a Capricorn Books episode a while back.
Okay, yeah, Jackie is
Yeah.
she's great. She's on the committee. There's a committee. The JCA, or Jenkintown Community Alliance, is heading up this effort, and there's a 150 committee. I'm the chair. Jackie is on that committee as well as Leo Greenberry and Heidi Breishwag. And we are the ones that are trying to get it all together.
It must be a lot of
Nice.
work.
It's yeah, it is, because like we thought we were getting ahead of it. Like we were started talking about it last year, and I guess it was in June. We probably should have been talking about it in June of 2022.
Well, you're already doing better than Disney did with their 100th.
Well,
They did like almost nothing for their 100th anniversary, as far as I could tell. So,
and if you want to buy anything with the logo on it, our website actually has an online store.
I'll
I'll plug that. So
let's
Very
see what's in the online store right now. Click for merchandise. Oh, what's this going to take us? To a
gonna
whole.
get you a sweatshirt, Steven.
No. What's the URL it's going to go to?
Oh,
Here we go. We got.
oh, there's other things. Oh, I
Yeah.
like mugs. That's cute.
So we got apparently we don't have sweatshirts here though.
Well, if you
it's
go
under
under-
apparel, okay.
Yeah, under apparel.
There we go. I need to get a hoodie. Do you have a hoodie?
Yeah, it's right there.
There we go. I need this hoodie in like black or gray, I guess, is the darkest color. But nice.
Yeah, black didn't really look right. It doesn't. It kind of, when you have a black with this, it washes out the logo in a weird way.
Right. Like these water bottles. Everybody carries these steel. What is with the steel water bottles? Everybody has steel water bottles.
Steve. That's not
I
the
know.
water bottle. But
Okay, I'm
that's
sorry.
a cool water bottle. But
it's a
that's
different
not the one
steel.
you're thinking of.
No, I'm thinking of in general. I see everybody having some version of a steel water bottle, and I don't really. I mean, I can understand a coffee mug, but anyway, there's a lot of cool stuff here.
Yeah, no, the
it's-
one you're thinking of is the Stanley, which is more like this one over there.
And
Not
you
the
can get
cork.
coasters, although the image isn't loading. Oh, there it is. You can get coasters. So that means you can put your glasses on top of the gazebo logo. The
It's
gazebo
cute.
is
I like it.
yeah. The gazebo is something that we're very familiar with because.
Can I segue off of that? Is
Yeah, please.
another event that will be coming up. We don't have a date for it yet, but so this is really awesome. So the Boy Scouts in Jenkintown, I wasn't aware of this, but when you become an Eagle Scout, or like the process of becoming an Eagle Scout, you have to do this whole project, like from soup to nuts. You have to plan it. You have to talk to stakeholders. It's all like 18-year-old kids have to do this. And in the process of trying to get the Boy Scouts involved, we actually worked it out where one of the Eagle Scouts will supervise a renovation of the gazebo and the kiosk in Town Square. And in sometime in April, they're going to repaint both. And we're going to have an event to
that's cool.
commemorate that.
Oh, that's nice. It does need to be painted.
That is cool.
But
Yeah.
So-
And go ahead.
I'm saying if for viewers or listeners that might be new to this podcast, like I was on the recreation board for years, so we organized the music series there in the gazebo in the town square. It's like it is a centerpiece of the town, that gazebo, and it gets decorated at Christmas. There's a big tree that's put in town square, like opposite it. Like lots of events happen. Santa comes and visits there. It is exactly what you would expect to happen in the town square of a small town, and so it has become iconic over the years. I think part of it is the amazing photos that some people have taken, like a friend John of the gazebo, right?
Oh, John, Mr. Shoeleather
Mr.
man.
Shoeleather John Adams. Yeah.
Yeah, he really does take it. Well, it's a great. I mean, it's just a great photo op. I mean, the whole way it's framed, everything. It's just wonderful. We have do the night market, and we wouldn't be what it is without the music in the gazebo. It's just everything center starts and ends there.
Yeah, and if you want to learn about the night market, Ben was on this podcast earlier last year, talked about it. So I'll put a link in the show notes to that episode because it's still pretty relevant because it'll be coming back, right, in the summer?
Absolutely coming back strong. And we're going to have some events for J150 that are going to take place at the night market. We're not 100% on them yet, but mostly the idea is we're going to try to have some theme days that are going to take us back to the past. And a lot of that will involve thanking the rec board who is behind the music. So we're looking forward to that as well. And this will be the third year for the night market.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember.
Coolness.
Yeah,
That's
it was.
fun.
I remember the early days because that's how I was part of the early days of the music series there. We did a lot of work. A lot of people did a lot of work to get it to where it is today. It started out as a small thing and just kept growing over the years, and now it's just become this iconic. It's such a regular event. I've seen it referenced in Reddit posts. I believe it was like the other day. I was looking at real estate because someday I aspire to own a home in town. That's a whole other conversation about how possible that seems nowadays. But I was looking into this, and people I think we're on Reddit, we're talking about moving to and from Jenkintown, and they mentioned that one of the great things about Jenkintown was the music. Was that music in the square? And I was like, oh, that's nice. I almost was like, that was partially me, but I did not do that. But that's kind of cool though to see just a random internet post or someone's mentioning something that you contributed to and that years ago. That's pretty.
That
cool.
is cool.
Yeah, so it's become such a big thing. The current rec board is doing a great job continuing that, organizing that, and the Santa coming to visit, and the pumpkin drop / chili cook off and other stuff. So definitely
Santa this year was amazing. I've never, the amount of people in that square you wouldn't think could fit in that square. It was amazing.
Wow. Yeah, I missed it this year, but I remember years where we had like line around the town square, just like around the block, as it were, in line to see Santa, and just crowds of people. Yeah, that town square is probably needs to be a little bigger as the population in the area has grown a little bit. I feel like maybe we just have more people now,
or just more popular, right?
Or just
people
more popular. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, and Santa is the best. Like that. It's the for real Santa, guys. Comes.
Oh yeah,
it's great.
I think so. That was my impression.
I mean, I've met him, so he seemed real to me. That's really cool. So you got the Jenkintown 150 celebrations are going on all year, sort of, right, I guess.
Yeah,
different ways. Yes.
Different ways all year.
And so the best way to follow what's going on is going to be the website, I guess.
It would be the website, and anytime we add anything new, what we're going to do is we will promote it on social media, but it'll all lead back to the website.
Yeah. And you're also, people can get involved, right? It's not just you, working on this. So how can people get more involved? Isn't there some kind of meeting or something coming up?
As a matter of fact, there is. On the 8th, at 7 p.m., the JCA, the Jenkintown Community Alliance, is having its yearly public meeting, which, per the name, invites the public to listen to what we have in store for the year. And also we talk about how people in Jenkintown and beyond can volunteer in a lot of our events. Jenkintown Arts Fest obviously is a big thing that we do every year. That'll be September 15th this year. and we always could use volunteers for that.
Yep.
Jenkintown again, 150. Not only are we asking for volunteers, but one of the things that people who were around in 1974 for the Centennial, who are still around, say that people really hosted a lot of block parties that year in the vein of celebrating the Centennial of Jenkintown. So we would like to help people. The JCA, we understand and know how to like get that ball rolling with the borough, and we'd like to help people host block parties again for just celebrations around the borough to commemorate the See, I can't. The
Yeah.
You got to look at it,
Centennial.
right?
Yeah, I do.
I literally
I'm looking
took a I asked Siri to show me the definition that includes how to pronounce it, and I clipped it and I put it in the show notes for Chrissy and I. What would be cool though? The block parties are great. Also, I would think porch concerts. That's always a fun thing to do too, as an idea.
We are open. I mean, we're the committee, the 150 committee. I mean, we are doing some of our own events, and we would help people, but people can do whatever they want. I mean,
Yeah.
we would like. I mean, at the very least, we'd like people to notify us because then we could put them on our calendar,
Exactly.
and then
Yeah.
everybody else could see them.
So
But yeah,
So you're hoping that people are free to do independent events, of course, but if they let you know, then you can you can help promote it and have a centralized calendar for it.
exactly.
Yeah,
We can
exactly.
help
That sounds
promote
good.
it. I mean, again, maybe like we do events all the time with the borough, so we could help people who aren't aware of how to go about doing it, et cetera, et cetera. We're not like the bosses of it, so
Yeah.
to speak.
So Chrissy, we got to come up with something to do to celebrate 150
A 150 celebration.
for the Arts Garage. Yeah, we got to
I'll
figure
have
out
to
something.
ponder that.
Yeah, we will. But yeah, that's cool. And the you said you're on us on on Facebook, and
Yeah, we're on Facebook. We're on Instagram.
okay.
It's Jenkintown 150. Yeah.
Okay, so this public meeting, and if you're watching this when this podcast comes out on YouTube and audio, it's the same day. It's February 8th. And if you're watching this after February 8th, well, you've missed the meeting, but that doesn't mean you can't still get involved, right?
No, absolutely. And I guess I can say if people want to get involved, a good way to do that would be just to email me, and that would be ben@jenkintown.net.
Nice.
Ben@jenkintown.net.
So I know you said the mural thing wasn't. I don't know how far you are in that process, but if there were to be a mural, do you know where it would be?
Well, we're trying to get the mural. Okay. So, I mean, if you're not from Jenkintown, this is going to be a hard thing to envision, but in Town Square, there's a store that's a secondhand store.
Oh yeah.
And in the back, there's a big giant blank wall. And then it's right next to a dumpster, which
Oh, yeah, it is that dumpster. Oh my!
so
Every summer I could smell it.
you could smell it, right? So that's a great lead in for where it's going to be. But essentially, it's going to be right there
Behind the dumpster.
behind the dumpster. Which, yes, initially that's not really. But if you look to Philadelphia Mural Arts and you looked to other mural arts programs, the idea of a mural is to beautify a place that maybe not necessarily is so beautiful.
Yeah.
No, it's actually
And-
a nice wall there, and it's right by the gazebo, so I get it. Aside from
Yes.
the dumpster problem or
But-
location.
Location. Let's go. We'll call it location.
Yeah.
But we're gonna. But there's
It's
also
a
talk
fenced
about-
in dumpster,
It's
so
a
that helps.
fenced-in dumpster.
Yes.
And we're talking about also beautifying that area as well, so it won't be as part of doing the mural.
So this is early days of the mural idea, so you don't have any idea of like what you want yet. You just want a mural, or do you have you moved farther along in the project?
Well, one of the things that we're going to do is talk to people at that February 8th meeting and get suggestions. But
Okay.
the idea, most likely, unless someone knocks us out with something, we wanted to give the public an opportunity to weigh in on it. So when we eventually do it, people are going to be like, "Well, I didn't say." We want to make sure that everybody has a chance to talk about it. But the idea is it's going to be like a historical thing. I mean, it's
Cool.
150. So like we probably would. They have one in Glenside that's kind of like that, where it does like almost like a little history. And that's the kind of thing we're looking at. Nothing like not a heavy lift, not a crazy idea. Just it's 150th anniversary. So what would you put on it? The history.
Yeah,
That makes
that makes
sense.
sense.
That does make sense. So are there any other? So there's
Well,
the
you
meeting
got it.
coming up in February, which is in a less than a week. What else is coming
Well,
up?
it's today.
Oh, it's today, right?
It's today if you're watching because we record this ahead
Okay,
of
so
time,
if you're right, so there's the meeting today.
or yesterday or the past, if depending when you're watching this.
Okay,
Most
fine.
people watching this will probably see it after it's already happened, but
Okay,
hopefully a lot of you are
okay.
watching
So
it
what
today, the
else is
same day.
coming up though this spring? That's all I
Yeah.
was getting at.
Okay, that's the spring of
Okay.
2024.
2024. So again,
Not
like
today.
not today. We're gonna
Or
have
maybe today. I don't know.
depends right exactly. So we're gonna have that unveiling for the renovation of the town square. We don't have a precise date for that, but that'll be probably sometime in April. In May on May 18th, again the Jenkintown Library is having a history tour where they're going to have speakers there because that's one of the oldest buildings in the borough. So we're going to have speakers there and food, and there's going to be a chance to learn about the history of the borough. And the Sunset Run is going to have a 150 flair to it. That's
that's
on
cool.
the in June.
Do you have to wear like sneakers from the past?
No, I should hope. Well, I mean, I think our Chuck Taylors aren't quite that old, but could you imagine? That would be something, wouldn't it? They would have to make it like a half K, I would imagine. And we have an author talks scheduled for September from a gentleman named George Harar, who actually grew up in Jenkintown and wrote a fiction book called The Wonder Kid that actually takes place in Jenkintown. We don't The Wonder Kid. And we, like I said, and we just did the one in January. So we don't have a ton of things on the docket, like should say that we know the exact date, but there are a lot of things coming up. And I would say within the next month, they'll finalize and we'll pop them on the calendar.
Cool.
Who's the author of this book again?
George Harar.
If you want, I think I found it.
Okay, yeah, it would be right. It's actually right on there's a link to it on the JCA website, on the 150 website.
Oh, see, I didn't even see it. It's somewhere on here. But that's cool. That's cool.
But it's going to be fluid. So keep your eyes peeled and you'll hear more about it as the year progresses.
Anyway, I think that's the book right there.
That's the book. Yep.
Yeah. You can find it on Amazon or wherever, or probably at the Capricorn Books, can't you? Probably.
And if not,
order it.
Her, she'll order it.
Yeah. So, indeed.
Wonder Kid. Fun. Oh, look, the thing followed me. Did you see that?
Yeah, it is really cool.
All the weird things.
So
happening.
if you're interested in that book or anything else, we mentioned a couple times over Capricorn Books. This is Capricorn Books website at capricornbookshop.com. You can see this is kind of a picture of the. Well, okay, it's not going to work, but there's a picture on here, Instagram picture of what it looks like in the front. Has lots of books, and there's a previous episode if you want to learn more about it. So.
Just celebrate their 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, and we talked about running a bookstore, running a business and stuff. I think that was a lot of it. It was the kind of the business and why would you want to start a bookstore in 2024 or 2023 or whatever started. The dates blur in my mind now that we're in the 20s. But we talked about that and it's a good episode. It's a really good episode, and I will link it in the show notes. It's a lot of interesting people in Jenkintown doing interesting stuff. And so
most definitely.
Our back catalog of guests, audio and video is growing. So I'm going to have to better organize it. So I think do we have anything else we want to talk about the 150th right now, or do we want to move on to something fun for the second half of the show?
I have said everything I think I need to say.
What about you, Chrissy?
Yeah. If you want to volunteer,
I think it's time for I think it's time to play a game called something.
Just before we do that, though, I just wanted to.
Okay.
I just want to mention we have a new website for the Arts Garage that I've been working on. It's still in development at JenkintownArtsGarage.com, and I'm putting in the old episodes on here. Currently, just has all the video episodes, but you can sign up with your email address. You can become a member of the Garage, and subscribe basically gets you our newsletter whenever we publish a new episode, and eventually some members-only content and other goodies in the future. But if you want to make sure you never miss what we're doing here, subscribe at our website, and send you an email right into your inbox when cool stuff's happening. Plus, you can also find out, some of the films we made, and links to all of our places on the internet. And for some reason, images keep breaking. But anyway, this has been a fun little experiment. I'm going to talk about that more on a future podcast because I'm running the website myself, Ben, like server and everything.
Wow. I just signed up while you were talking.
Oh, nice. Very nice. I'm
Steve's
excited.
going to be so excited.
I am excited. I'm excited. This is cool. This new website's going to let us really, hopefully, if people sign up, we'll be able to build up a membership. We'll be able to have membership tiers, be able to maybe offer members-only things in the future, whether that be maybe special podcast episodes or, content on the website that you can only see if you log in, that kind of thing. So it's a work in progress. I had to get it up real quick, though, beginning of the year, because our website renewal was coming up, and I didn't want to pay Squarespace $150 whatever again, because it's very expensive nowadays. So anyway, that's a new website. Please check it out, JenkintownGarage.com. And now it is time for the favorite part of the show, a game called something. Chrissy, what is a game called something?
You know what, Steve? That's a great question. And when I figure it out, I'll let you know. But for now,
I would like to describe it as it is an activity, not really a game. There's no rules. There's no winning. There's no losing. There's no points. But Chrissy has in her possession. Why don't you show the camera here? You have the book, which is you don't need to do that because you don't have a virtual background on.
Oh, right.
We have a game called something. It's literally a booklet of questions that Chrissy has written on colored cards. Chrissy will give you the colors, Ben. You will choose a color. Chrissy will then choose a question, and then we will go around answering the question, and hopefully some hilarity will ensue. This is often when the show goes right off the rails.
Right.
So if you've stuck around this long for the episode, this is your reward. us giving ridiculous answers to questions.
Okay, you ready, Ben?
Yeah.
You played before, right? So you have to pick a color first. The choices are gray, orange, green, yellow, Sharpie blue, and bright orange.
I'm going to have to go with Sharpie blue.
These are I write the most random things. I just got to say. Okay. What is your favorite scent?
Scent like you smell?
Yeah. Why? I don't know.
Dill.
Dill. Oh, I love the smell of dill.
I do have to say dill.
Do you cook? Are you a cooking person?
I would say, yeah. I mean, I know there are people that are way more into it than I am, but I do like to make the occasional chicken soup, and I use dill as one of the main ingredients.
Beautiful. I like dill. Okay. Fresh dill smells very good.
Not much hilarity here.
Well, I mean, that's still kind of interesting. What is
I would not have thought of dill. I am still perplexed as to why I wrote this question, but
I can't even picture the scent of dill, actually. I don't
use
it enough.
I can. It's very refreshing.
Oh, good. So Ben's scent is refreshing along with lemon. Yes. So what is my favorite scent?
Do you have a favorite scent?
I have never thought about having a favorite. I mean, there's a lot of scents that I don't like garbage. That's but I don't. What's a scent that I like? My favorite scent. Oh, you know what? I gotta say, probably one of my favorite scents. I don't know if I can say it's my favorite scent would be the smell of a good cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Black coffee, right. When I was growing up, we all remember. We're old enough to remember the commercials. Remember the commercial, the coffee commercial. What is that? Folgers, which is not the best scent in the world in real life.
Right.
But the
Bad
commercial,
coffee, but okay.
Yeah.
But yes, the commercial.
but the commercial where it was like, the Folgers, they had a jingle, right, about, waking up with the scent of Folgers in your cup or something like that.
The best part of waking up. Wait, no.
Yes, that's right. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
You
There we
got it,
go.
Ben.
Not a
You nailed it.
sponsor. Not a sponsor of the podcast. But I just remember the commercial, I think especially the one at Christmas time, where it was like the scent of the coffee. So the guy, the young man would come home. I guess it was at college or away or something. He came home to visit, and everybody was still asleep. I think this is, if I remember this correctly. And then he made coffee, and the coffee smell woke everybody up. And so in my mind, when I think about a smell of coffee, it's also intermingled with the nostalgic feelings of that commercial, even though I would not really drink Folgers coffee. I make my own coffee with beans that I grind, and I use an AeroPress. I'm a little bit fancy like that. But that commercial is like the visual representation of of my favorite scent. And Chrissy's wafting. That's what we learned to do in science class. Don't just stick your nose over the chemical flask. Just waft it a little bit. If you do this, and then it's bad. So what about you? What's your favorite scent, Chrissy?
Me?
Yeah.
My favorite scent is lavender.
Okay.
Yes.
That's just very anticlimactic. It's lavender. It's scent. It's in a lot of cleaning products. It's nice. Okay.
It is. I like it a lot. I have a diffuser. I use lavender.
Yeah, you do have the diffuser. I'm thinking about getting one of them. It's cool. Although, if you put too much oil in those diffusers, it
makes
goes from being
extra.
No, it goes from pleasant smell to what is that? So be careful, folks. Just a little bit goes a long way. Okay, so Chrissy, what's next?
I don't know. Somebody's
Here's
got to
our
pick a new
colors.
color. Hold on.
We got orange, we got gray, orange, green, yellow, Sharpie blue, bright orange. I finally put it on screen so we can remember.
You wrote it down?
Yeah. See?
Oh.
Sharpie blue. I don't know what that means, but I wrote it down.
Okay, Ben, time to pick a new. Wait, is there more? No, that's it. Time to pick a new color. Pick a color.
How about gray?
Oh, crap. Okay.
Great.
She doesn't like gray. I don't know why. Why do you have them? If you don't like
I
gray.
haven't brought myself to tearing them out yet. Hold on. Let's see what's.
Okay.
Oh, I improved gray. I think. Oh no, it's still bad.
It's
okay.
She writes the questions and chooses them. Why are there any in there that she doesn't like? I don't understand.
Because I don't know. Maybe one day I'll like them. What? Oh, I don't even know the answer to this question.
How is it a question? I gotta hear what it is now. How do we have questions that don't have answers? Okay. What is it?
How did we meet?
How did we meet? Like, as in the guest and us?
Yeah. How did we meet, Ben? Do you know?
Okay.
I don't remember.
Well, I'm gonna think that you and I met probably at a meeting.
Maybe.
Probably like at a JCA meeting.
That's probably a good guess.
And I'm pretty sure I met Steven in Town Square during one of the events.
Probably, yeah. That's how I met most people, even if I don't remember meeting people. They're like, "Oh yeah, I saw you in Town Square, you're taking pictures or doing the rec board thing years ago." So, yeah, okay.
So Ben, when did you move here? It's not that long ago, right?
No, it's not. It's going to be actually 3 years in July.
Oh wow!
You're a
So
newbie.
it's like when I moved to town, you just immediately got involved. Like,
Yeah,
I was here.
pretty much.
I was here for 1 year, and then I did the chili cook-off and won. And I'm never gonna play it again. I'm never gonna enter again because of that. I won with vegetarian chili. I'll never. It's like my great football years in high school story. Anyway, so I did that, and then so I was here 1 year, and then I did that. I think the second year, and then I said, "Oh, I'm gonna get involved with these rec board people because that was cool." And then I was in the rec board for several years, and I met Chrissy through the rec board. That's where I met Chrissy. And then I've been with Chrissy for a while, and then we did the Jenkintown Arts Garage together. In I guess 2020 we started that, and before that we were doing other stuff at JDA. So, been active in the community, since early on when I moved here too. I don't know, something about
Ben,
Jenkintown.
where'd you come from?
I used to live in Ambler.
Oh,
Nice. Were you involved in stuff in Ambler?
I was.
Interesting.
there was a farmer's market there that I managed for a while.
That's cool.
I think what it is people really like farmers markets. So like when you bring one to town, you get a lot of friends real fast.
Yeah.
I don't, yeah, because I have been here pretty quick. I mean, for not
Yeah.
like a long time, but once the farmers market kind of took off, everybody was trying to get me to do other stuff.
So it's not, this is not a data point in support of my hypothesis here that something is about Jenkintown that makes people want to get more involved, or maybe Ambler shares that kind of thing, because I was never involved where I lived before in like Willow Grove. I never got involved in anything there, but I came here and I wanted to get involved.
I will say, actually, Jenkintown absolutely does. Um, when I first started the farmers market, I was starting it because I thought it was a good physical location.
Mm-hmm.
But as I started it and started running it, I got to meet all the people in the town, including, even public works and the borough people. And I would say that out of all the places I've ever been to, Jenkintown is a town of yes. So a lot of times you try to do stuff with people, and the first thing people are programmed to tell you is no. And that's not the way it is here.
That's so true. That's so true. It's no.
No, it's like we're not even thinking about it. But I have, every time I try to do something, not every time obviously, but most of the time I have ideas to bring an event or something, and people are always yes,
So-
we want to do that.
So
yes.
so Jenkintown is like the town version of a good improv group. It's always yes and.
Yeah, pretty much. That's yeah.
It's like Chrissy's over here just like, that's a lame joke. What are you doing, Steve?
I got it.
It's okay, Steve. It's fine.
Yeah, it definitely made me want to get involved. Absolutely, because the people are just great. It's hard. I don't want to say anything bad about any place else. Jenkintown's just great.
Everybody has a saying. I'm just saying, like, and I'm with you. There's just something about Jenkintown. It's the people. It's the location. It's a small little town in the middle of suburbia here. It's just coherent enough with its boundaries, and just enough like this, like physical location space, like Town Square, that you can think about doing events like that. Not everywhere in the suburbs is like that, Not every place is designed to like that, or maybe it's too big, or it's too sprawling, or whatever. And that's why I like Jenkintown. I've told this story before, but I was in high school and I was working at the Eastern Center for Arts and Technology. I think they still call it that, the tech school.
They do.
Yeah, so I went there in senior year of high school. I was there for like half the day. I did a program there it was a network administration. I worked there. I was like an intern there, and one of the other guys who was an intern there was from Jenkintown. I remember him showing me his yearbook had like 12 people in it or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think that's really when, of course I lived around the area, so I knew of Jenkintown and like Highway Theater and stuff, but I was like, that's when I really started thinking, hey, that seems like an interesting place. And then years later, after college and stuff, I decided I wanted to move there. And so I've been here ever since. But that's where it all began, in the networking, or the computer room, the computer repair IT room, whatever you call it, over at the Eastern Center for Arts and Technology. Good school, by the way, back when I was there. Probably still good today.
That's my understanding.
Yeah, it was cool. There was a lot of cool stuff happening over there. So maybe we can get I'm an alumni. Now I'm thinking maybe we can get somebody from over there to come on the show. I would love to find out what's going on, because it's been a while.
You could. I have a feeling.
It'd be cool.
I suspect it would not be challenging. You
Probably
just
not.
never mentioned it before, but I can work on it for you.
Because it was like the best part of my senior year of high school was going over there.
Was,
okay. So
well, that's fun, Steve. You have some nostalgia about the tech school.
Yeah, well, because I was a nerd, and I was in a nerd class, and I remember we was network administration class, and I remember we played games like try to hack each other's server, and no one could get through mine. So it's always good.
Fun times.
It was Novell networking too. So if anybody remembers that, old enough to know what Novell is, still miss Novell. Still miss some of Novell. They did some good ideas in that software. Okay. So we want to do another one?
Uno mas. One more, Ben.
Okay, here we go.
Green.
Green. What is I just turned to green. That was
Convenient.
meant to be. What is the best way to start the day?
We already answered that question. It's Folgers in your cup.
Okay.
Best way to get ready.
Oh yeah. It is. It's coffee, guys. No. Ben, how do you like to start your day? Are you like a morning person? Are you a sleepyhead? Are you a
I'm
A
gonna tell you.
runner. You're out and
Yeah,
about running
I'm
the
a runner.
town. 5:45.
Goes for a 5K run every day.
Yeah, I run from the bedroom to the bathroom. No, actually, it's interesting that you said that because we're talking about coffee. I was for the longest time I've been have a hard time sleeping, and I used to drink a lot of coffee, but I've actually stopped doing that, and now I drink Earl Grey tea,
Ooh,
and it's really awesome,
hey,
and it puts me on my day.
that's the drink of Captain Picard.
Well, I mean,
Tea, Earl Grey, hot. Yeah, there you go. You got the whole look. You got the except he didn't have a beard, I guess,
no,
but you
yeah,
got
no.
you got the hair of Picard
Or lack
and
thereof, right?
yes, and the tea. I always remember that as a kid. It was like that's why I started drinking any Earl Grey. I like some Earl Grey too once in a while, and the only reason I started was because it was like all these episodes of Next Gen where Picard's like tea, Earl Grey, hot. And it's like, why would the replicator be programmed to give you cold tea? Like it's a
Right.
computer. You could just like your shortcut for giving tea. You could just tell the system that when I ask for tea or Earl Grey tea, just use these preferences. There's no reason to constantly say something. I think he's the only character who's ever done that. Like I don't think anybody else asked for like Aractigino hot, which I think is like a kind of coffee or something. I think people just ask for Aractigino. It's like implied that it's hot. I don't know. Anyway, I think too much about science fiction. Chrissy tells me this.
That's okay, Steve. But how do you like
That's
to
what she
start
can
your
say
day?
today. It's like, that's okay, Steve. That's okay, Steve. She's just humoring me. Okay, so how do I start my day? So I the best way to start the day is it's cliche. It is a really good cup of coffee. That's what I normally do. But I don't know if I can get myself up early. I'm with you, man. I have a problem sleeping as well. So I've had a hard time getting up. When I have not had a hard time sleeping, I would get up and do a workout and then make coffee and then get to work. And that was like how I would start my day, like lifting during this was, or doing something else. That would be a good way, I think, to start my day. But it always includes some coffee, though. Like it always does. So not Folgers.
Can I just? I also I should add that one thing that's important to me when I was a kid, if I had to get up and be someplace, I would always get up as late as I possibly could without being late. But I feel like now I like to get up super early for things because I like to take my time in the morning as
Yeah.
opposed to running around like a maniac.
That's theoretically what I want. I want to be that. I want to be the morning person. When I was younger, I used to get up at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock when I was much younger. I used to just get up early. I was basically like a morning person, and like nowadays, I'm kind of like I just can't sleep well, so I end up trying to wake up early and just too tired, and so I'm like, ugh. I don't actually need to start work yet because I work from home, so I have a little more flexibility there. I don't have to catch a train. But the advantage is that if I do sleep in a little bit, I'm still not late for work or anything. I'm not going on the train at like looking like a zombie coming into work. It's like sometimes just an hour difference that really makes all the difference for me. But I really gotta do what you're doing, and I gotta maybe cut back on the coffee.
Well, that's one of
something.
the.
Yeah.
It's 8 hours. It says it's 8 hours.
Yeah,
it
the
stays.
half life. Yeah, it does. It
Half-life.
stays in your system a long time, and then you can't sleep. So yeah. Chrissy surreptitiously showed her giant, mostly finished Dunkin' iced coffee. But you sleep like a light switch.
Yep. Yes,
I
I
envy
do.
you.
Lights out, 10:30.
So what is the best way to start the
Lights
day?
on, 6:30 latest.
So you get up early, Chrissy. So what is the best way to start the day for you?
Before the kids wake up, and with a pot of coffee.
Pot. No. She's not exaggerating. Like not a cup of coffee from the pot of coffee, but actually consuming a pot of coffee.
Not a whole pot. Most of a pot. No, it's a pot. So anyway.
This is still not healthy. I don't think this is healthy. This is a lot.
I'm fine with it. So
That's why. See, when I say I make coffee, though, like Ben, I told you I grind some beans, I weigh them, I grind them, I use an AeroPress. It takes me like 6 to 10 minutes or something, 10 minutes or so to make coffee. I have to boil the water, and I do a certain thing with the AeroPress where I let it sit upside down and stuff, and then I have to flip it, and there's like a pressing process you have to do just right. So there's a little bit of that kind of ritualized process to it that helps make it kind of like an event or like a an indicator that like now is the time to move forward in the morning. And if I can just get myself up early enough and awake enough so I get back to my regular morning exercise schedule, I'll also feel better, because when I was doing that, I felt great. I was getting up and I was, working out and stuff, and it's just been off of it for months because of injury and not sleeping well, and it's just. But yeah, I think exercise in the morning is also generally good. I'm with you, because I also want to be like you and get up early as well, because I do feel rushed, because I got to get working, and then I'm just work the whole day, and then all of a sudden it's like 5 o'clock.
My wits about me before the children get up.
No, I like it, Ben. Like, I like the idea, Ben. You're starting your day and you're just kind of easing into it. I mean, every week I have that intention to get up early and kind of ease into the day, and it's just been I've been a terrible failure at it for a while now. We'll see, but you know what? We're recording this on a Sunday. So
Tomorrow's Monday, Steve.
Tomorrow is the beginning of my week.
Monday is the best day of the week.
Yep. Mondays are actually when I start my week. I set all my calendar, so Monday's the first day of the week. So in my mind, that's the first day for me. So.
Isn't that everybody's first day of the week?
I think technically it's Sunday.
Yeah, technically, which is I always thought was weird.
Yeah, and by default calendars will have Sunday as the first day, but I think it's weird because I've always worked like a 9 to 5, so. To me, in my mental model of a week, it has a weekend as a separate thing, because I've always been off Saturday. But not everybody's like that. Not everybody has the time off the same way, so they might think of a week differently. But yeah, I think it's actually Sunday is technically the first day of the week, but whatever. I like it Monday. I like my weekends to be coherent and a block. Okay, so is that it for our questions, Chrissy? Are we gonna?
That is it, Steve. I think Ben should tell everybody where to find stuff on the internet, and then you should tell people other things, and then that's a show.
Well, okay. So Ben, where can people find you? I put your email address up here. People want to get involved, and email ben@jenkintown.net. Where else can they find out more about what's going on with Jenkintown 150 and such?
Well, they can go to that awesome website, which is Jenkintown150.org.
It's right here.
You can also find out more about the Jenkintown Community Alliance at Jenkintown.net.
That's this website right here, Jenkintown Community Alliance, Jenkintown.net.
And the public meeting, the JCA Town Talk, is on today at 7 p.m. and it's located at the Uptown at the Piazza on the Square. Their meeting space, and that's where you can get.
Is that going to be upstairs?
No, downstairs.
Downstairs.
Yeah, they have this little meeting place downstairs, and then we can talk about the Jenkintown Mural Project, volunteer opportunities, and what we have in store for the year for Jenkintown 150 and beyond.
Cool.
Coolness.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. So
thank you.
We're ending the show. We're not completely out yet. So if you want to follow what we're doing, if you like what we're producing here, and you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video, share it, ring the little bell icon to get alerted. These activities sound stupid and meaningless, but they are not. They inform the mindless algorithm that we exist. Otherwise, YouTube won't share the video. So please do it if you like the content. And if you want to follow us elsewhere, we're also on Facebook and Instagram at Jenkintown Arts Garage. Facebook, and we also put videos there. We put other stuff there. Instagram, I like to randomly put live like stories up of videos of us when we're out at concerts and stuff sometimes, and some other behind the scenes things and some photos. So that's cool. You can also get the current audio backlog of this whole podcast at jagcast.show and links to subscribe to your podcast player of choice. And you can go to JenkintownArtsGarage.com, our brand new website, and subscribe there in order to get our newsletter and future members-only content. And if you're just interested in giving us a little tip because you like what you saw today, JenkintownArtsGarage.com/coffee and help us pay the server costs and Chrissy's coffee. Mainly server costs. So I think that is going to be it for this episode. I'd like to thank you very much for Ben for coming by. There will be links in the show notes to Jenkintown 150 website and the JCA website. And there'll be chapters so you can watch the interesting bits at your leisure on the YouTubes. Yeah. Any last thoughts, Chrissy?
No, I don't have any more thoughts. I think I'm good. Except I want Ben to say the word one more time.
Sesquicentennial.
Oh, God. I got to look it up. All right.
There you go.
Sesquicentennial.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Thank you, Ben. Now I feel better.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay,
I appreciate the opportunity.
We will see you next time. Bye.